All right.
It's a circle. It's a circle, right?
Yeah. It has like a little red thing on the top that says like recording and the time.
Android motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. Welcome back to the Midnight Kebab podcast.
Yes.
We're here with Sam today.
Yes.
Sam Blackstock.
That's me.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you here.
Thank you, man. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hopefully the first of many. We're trying to start a new trend with having musicians and creative people in general on the podcast. Just showcasing what they're doing, what they're about, and everything. So, yeah.
This is actually like my first time meeting Sam as well, so...
Great to meet you so far.
Great to meet you so far.
Actually,
a little bit.
Fun fact, Nilo has not stood up since Sam walked in the room, so he's still in the exact same spot that he met Sam in. So
days are not going so good these days, man. Inflation is up.
Well, I think the weather, that's the first thing, right? -2 today, or like feels like -2, I think they said. It's just...
I was working for Fling this morning and like, I shit you not, my fingers froze up. It was painful to move them and like they were slowing down and like they were stinging. Stinging? Cold. Yeah. It's tough.
Would you say Flink is the number one reason for why your life hasn't been that great recently, or?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less,
okay. Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I worked at Flink for a year. And the first kind of 4 or 5 months, I was like, this is cool. Like I can listen to music like while I'm working, and it was a good working environment. There was a lot of people there that I enjoyed speaking to and getting to know, whatever. But there was this one manager, and I want to say his name, but I'm not going to say his name. He doesn't deserve it, right? And like he is just one of the most arrogant. And you know, there's certain people that are put in positions of power. They're given this role, but they have no training for it. They have no education to do with what they're doing. But they think because they're getting all this money.
It gets to their head. Like, it very much gets to
the tiniest role as well.
Yeah, it's so insignificant.
You're like a shift.
But it's the king of the world to them. The king
of the drivers is like 16, right?
And they treat like the workers like shit.
Bro, there's one manager in Harlem, bro, Moche. He's like notorious for being the worst, bro. That's my friend at home.
So this guy, right? But I just want to quickly say about this guy.
Yeah, of course.
He like. I applied for some holiday pay. I didn't apply for holiday pay. I was on holiday and I was like, listen, I'm coming back. There's 2 months left on my contract. Can I work some shifts? He goes, no. Because we have a bad relationship. Because I'm vocal as fuck. You know, I say what I mean. And
I've heard there's like a mafia in the hubs around like who gets shifts.
And when you're not Dutch...
Even harder.
Because they're Dutch. All the managers are Dutch and they're all speaking and for you, they're sending you information in Dutch, which you have to kind of sometimes clarify by them. So... yeah, it's not made for internationals, man. This work.
I've not run into that problem because like, at our hub it's like super international. Like even the shift leaders that are there is like one's from Pakistan. They grew up in the Netherlands, but like one's from Pakistan, other ones from like Iran or something. Like, we've got a bit of a mix. We've had an Italian for a while as well.
It's definitely very international. I just think the leadership is so Dutch, and that has an effect on the internationals. That's what I'm trying to say, like, and not a good one in my experience. You know,
the one in Harlem had a similar situation, but it wasn't like a Dutch thing. It was a Lithuanian thing for some reason. Like the whole system was run from like top to bottom by Lithuanians. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun fact.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fun fact, Matisse.
Yeah. Thanks. But yeah, I just want to go through 2 news topics before we get into to some more interesting things. I mean, just like 2 huge news stories that came out this week that I feel like we have to talk about. Let's start with the Ukraine war. So as you guys may or may not know, I mean, this story was so big it even made the meme market. But yeah, it's about the missiles that hit Poland. So there's a bit of a spillover from the war in Ukraine. With 2 missiles striking some farmlands outside of some grain storages in Poland, right on the border with Ukraine. And because of that, we had this freak out where Poland could have triggered Article 5 of NATO, which means that we would like all the NATO countries, including us, would have to go defend Poland from the Russians.
But like this missile also that blew up on the farmland killed 2 farmers.
Yeah, it killed 2 Polish people. Yeah. So that's direct conflict if it would have been a Russian missile, right?
Yeah. If it would have been, so it was Ukraine, right? Got you. Yeah.
So I mean, here's the thing that's really fucked about it, right? It's like we're playing with fire, right? Because as soon as we go into conflict with Russia, we're gonna have nuclear war, which is never good news for either side. And Volodymyr Zelensky, the Prime Minister of Ukraine. From the get-go, and he's still insisting now that the missiles were Russian, and is insisting that we should all come join them in this war because the missiles were Russian.
Do you think, not to sound like a conspiracy, but do you think Zelensky did it on purpose?
I don't know, because the US and Poland and NATO is saying that these missiles were Ukrainian. Yeah. So they're not buying it.
Okay.
So there's for the first time a discrepancy there between...
So, excuse my ignorance, but how do you qualify what the fucking origin country is of a missile?
So they looked at where the Russians were bombing, and they have really precise tracking of what's in the air at all moments. This is like the modern battlefield. You're tracking all these missiles in real time and logging them. And because of those routes, like they were quite similar to where the Russians were bombing Ukraine, right. They assumed that it must have been a Russian bomb that went off target. But then when they went to examine the fragments of the bombshells, they realized, yes, these are Russian weapons, but they're actually really old manufactured ones. And they're weapons made to shoot down missiles. So it's a defensive system. Right. And it's the same system that we know the Ukrainians are using actively in that area. So NATO came out and said, yeah, I'm sorry, Ukraine, but I think this might have been one of yours by accident.
Sorry, Ukraine.
Yeah. But Zelensky, for the first time, he's like really pushing back and he wants us to join, but I don't know what to tell him. Like,
and what was Poland's stand on it? Like, did
Poland? Yeah. First they were super scared and they're like, okay, look, this looks like we're gonna have to join the war. And then they took a 180 turn when they realized the fragments were Ukrainian. They were like, yeah, it looks like this is Ukrainian, but it's not Ukraine's fault. It was an accident. And ultimately, like this is NATO's stance now, ultimately it's still Russia's fault because Ukraine wouldn't have had to use these anti-missile weapons if there wasn't a war in the first place, right? Which I guess is an argument, yeah.
Something really interesting, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, like I don't really go into politics or like what's going on much, but like something really interesting that I was like, why is this happening was, it must have been about 2 months ago, and on the the Ukraine Twitter page or whatever, the defense Twitter page, they quoted Pusha T.
Really?
And it was like, numbers don't lie. And it was all of the like the stats. It was the stats of like how many troops they'd used or like how many missile weapons. And I was like, why are they quoting Pusha T? And this is like the page for
the Ukrainian Twitter is
was it on Twitter?
Yeah. It's pretty lit, their Twitter. Like they've been using memes. But that's the modern culture, you know?
And that's why when you brought up that he's being so defensive, it's like, this is, do you know what I mean? Like, is he being defensive so that he's getting these people on his side that are already on his side? So now they feel more bad for me. Now they're going to offer me more. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what my brain's
He's definitely playing a game where he's... I mean, they're relying on the funding from Europe. Otherwise, they would have never made it this far in the war, right? They would have lost on day one, actually. So... it's only European and American help that's really keeping them afloat. And is now having them win actually the war. And he's constantly pushing for more. So
did you see recently in the news that Ukraine actually got back one of the... I actually don't remember what it was and I didn't really read into it.
Oh, that's great. But, then we're gonna know exactly what to talk about.
But it was like one of the Russian occupied bases in Ukraine they got back.
Kherson.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it was the only major capital that Russia, or like regional capital, that Russia managed to capture during the war, and Ukraine just won it back.
Okay.
And after that, Russians were really angry, so they did like a whole barrage of missiles, more than they've done until this point in the war. And they started hitting a lot of civilian infrastructure, so like energy grids and stuff like that, food supplies, water connections and stuff. And it was during that barrage that the two Poles were killed.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the update. We're inching closer to being drafted. We're inching closer to taking the walk to Poland, as you'd say.
But you couldn't join the military, could you?
Why not?
Even if you were being drafted, you have epilepsy, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
You can't, because like all of the flashing stuff.
It makes sense.
Yeah, like you guys get a cell shock, I get a seizure.
We get PTSD. Wow.
The man is gonna run from the bomb.
Yeah, but it's fine because like, when we come back from the war, you know, Madison's gonna be writing poetry and shit like that. It's like all these men that went to war, come back again.
I'm gonna be John.
You're gonna use all of our stories. You're gonna be the ghostwriter, you know.
I just like while you guys are out fighting, I just write poems about fighting as if I'm there too, you know.
But do you reckon like if England joins the war, like it's still not gonna come home though?
No, you can't segue like that, man. That was funny though. That was funny.
Yeah, it's coming Rome, but not the World Cup. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the World Cup. I had another news story, but honestly, let's just talk about the World Cup.
It's tomorrow. Predictions.
Tomorrow
Qatar against
Ecuador.
Let's go. Ecuador. Show these fucking Qataris.
Not to be that guy, but like I have seen a meme. It is a meme, and it's not been confirmed if it's true or not yet. But apparently, Qatar has paid off a bunch of the Ecuadorian players to like lose the game on purpose.
Easy. Bro, I could go pay off the Ecuadorian players.
Oh yeah, they need the money. They need the money.
Bro, they're really open to negotiate. Honestly,
I think the biggest thing for me that I read was them banning alcohol in the stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
That was the biggest thing.
No, it's not the biggest thing, but
the slavery and all that. You know? That was it.
Of course. No, but like, that's the thing. I did just start. I don't know if you guys did, but there's the FIFA documentary on Netflix, and I've been watching it. It's really good, and they explain like where the corruption, like how it's become to. I mean, I'm only halfway through, but like it starts at the beginning and it's all the way up to. And so there's all of that stuff. But like what I read recently is that they ban alcohol from all the stadiums. And like that's not a bad thing, you know. Like it's good for the brand, it's good for football. Yeah. But like people are just going to be sneaking in alcohol, obviously. Yeah. Like, they should know
and
that.
And also FIFA will not accept that because the Brazilians tried to do the same when it was in Brazil, and FIFA was like, no, we're not going to let that fly. It has to be legal to sell alcohol in stadiums. Yeah. But now we're gonna see if they bow down to the Qataris. Let's see.
No, but the thing
I think they've paid them enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those ones.
You think they're gonna take whatever?
Because that's the thing. They can still drink in like there's like fan areas and there's like the other. There's parts of the place where they can drink. It's just not in the stadium.
But it is also gonna be very expensive for like. From what I heard, it was like one beer was like 30 or something. Or like 80, close to
Budweiser.
Euros.
Yeah, and I don't know about Budweiser actually.
Because that was like the brand.
That was
before.
the brand.
Yeah.
And they got into a lot of trouble like recently as well with Budweiser because like Budweiser was one of the leading sponsors.
Yeah, that's the thing. FIFA doesn't accept that because they get sponsored by beer, and you need that stadium visibility.
Yeah.
So, but they also banned gay people. They just said no LGBT allowed
that one was wrong,
in Qatar. Yeah.
No, but the beer thing I can agree with. Not agree with, but like I understand.
Tolerate. It's like okay, that's a cultural difference.
It's a cultural
that would be a cultural difference,
right? You don't need to be drinking. Like you can make that decision.
And it's like to have like a bunch of drunk people walking your roads is like they don't want that either. It's not normal. Like,
right.
But
but the gay thing and
it was great.
It was funny because they had promised in the beginning that gay people could come and watch the World Cup. That was part of the deal. Yeah. That was like FIFA was very open and public about that we're gonna make sure this is like held up to Western standards or whatever.
Well, they made a statement. The club, the Qatari people made a statement. It was like any tourist will not be harmed or they won't be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just like why are you saying that? Like,
but now they completely changed their mind. Now they're like, no, you will face punishment if you don't apply to our rules. So they did a whole 180. And it's like way too late to do anything about it, so they're kind of smart.
Like the FIFA this year feels like really not like the World Cup for some reason.
No, if you're gonna watch the World Cup, please stream it, right? Isn't that the message?
Yeah,
that we're saying.
Yeah.
But also it's probably gonna
illegally as well. No, I'm joking.
no, illegally. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Good. I'm back on the same page.
But it's actually probably easier to like just stream it legally. To be honest, you're gonna get great quality for free,
and you're gonna support
Qatar,
slavery, homophobia.
Yeah, it's fun, but at least I'm watching Messi and like 480p.
Sweet.
I'm gonna be watching Ronaldo do the Su in 480p, bro.
Right. That's worth like all the travesties in the world. Fuck it, put on pollution on that too.
I think it's a really interesting conversation though because like. I agree with what you're saying, even though it's very like jokingly. I agree with you, and it's like, but for me, obviously being English, like football is like life, you know, like football is a lot to us.
Like they're making us choose between life and the lives of like 40,000 workers, right? So it's
they're makers, but as bad as it is, to me, it's a form of escapism, right? We all engage in escapism, and that's what it is. It's bad and it's fucked, and the organization is awful.
But I mean, no one feels that way more than Italians. Like you know, we were born playing football, and that's why we beat you guys in the final last time.
In the Euros,
and still somehow we managed to put that aside for 2 years and boycott the World Cup. You know, so
we're like
that's why we're not going this year. Actually,
we could have easily, you know, we lost against North Macedonia as well. You know,
I really wasn't expecting that.
We had to like boost up North Macedonia. They've never been in the World Cup.
No,
they need you know, you go instead of us. You guys can go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what happened.
And then we're going to win it for you.
Yeah.
No, we're not winning it for you. We're going to win it.
You think it's coming home this time?
I hope it's coming home. That's the thing. When it comes to hope, I don't have much hope in my country in general. But like, that's what I was trying to say. It's like, it's such a, maybe you do, but like, for us, it's everything. The World Cup, football, it's like we all get behind it. It doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are, how old you are. It's so unifying.
It's like for me. It's like for me as well. Right now, it's like Italy's not in it.
Sorry, one thing. Like now that the Queen is dead as well. Like
how many segues are we gonna do? Like that?
You need that, unifying force. Yeah, she's gone. Sorry, bro.
The thing that I was saying was like. It is not even in the World Cup right now, but I'm still going to be supporting a bunch of my friends' teams. Yeah. So it's like every game I'm trying to watch every game, basically.
Like Monday, I'm scared. I'm actually scared because England are playing first, then the Netherlands are playing, and then the US are playing. I have a lot of American friends.
Who's the Netherlands playing?
Senegal, bro. But
let's go Senegal.
Senegal's going to win.
Yeah, let's go Senegal.
I'm in it for Senegal this year.
Let's go.
Like, I really hope Senegal wins.
Yeah, I hope so.
And who's playing against the UK?
England, we're playing... Is it in... I don't remember who we're playing. It should be an easy game though.
It is an easy game.
Is it Morocco? Iran?
No. It's not Iran. Iran's going to be facing USA actually the first game, which is going to... No, not the first game.
USA are playing Wales. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then later they're going to have to play Iran. Which is going to be interesting. Yeah. Iran and USA.
Oh, yeah.
I probably have a picture of my phone.
Like I'm scared because like I feel like I'm gonna be horrendously drunk the entire day. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm probably gonna go and see the first game in a pub, and then the second game will start. And it's gonna be a bunch of Dutch people, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna feel the atmosphere. England and then my American friends are gonna come in the end, and I'm just gonna be absolutely wasted. Like,
but it's gonna be it's gonna be even worse for you if like the Netherlands loses. It's like oof. You don't want that.
The Dutch are gonna be angry.
I don't care. I'm kind of happy with that. To be honest, like
it's England, Iran to begin with.
It's Iran.
Yeah.
So we should win. Like it should be a good game. I should be.
First game for Denmark is Tunisia.
That's also pretty easy.
That's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
By the way, we're gonna at least get to the finals.
No, I've already I've already made predictions.
Speaking of hope, like my hope for Denmark is always this big, and the results are always. Well, I mean, not always the worst, but yeah.
I've kind of already made predictions. Like I've also written them down in like a notebook and everything. Is like for the group stages, who's gonna make it out? Like the top two.
Do you wanna bring it up?
I don't know. It's far away.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, okay. So you're hoping on England.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, but then another kind of thing that we didn't talk about is obviously it's probably going to be Messi's last World Cup. It's probably going to be Ronaldo's last World Cup.
Do you think any of them have a chance? Like either of them?
I don't know. I mean, so my brother is the biggest Messi fan I know, and I'm the biggest. Messi. I'm not a biggest Ronaldo fan, but I've always been a Ronaldo fan. So it's always been like between us. So he's obviously like Argentina's going to win. So my kind of ideal final, like obviously I want England to win, but my ideal final is.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be too crazy.
Everyone's been
like
hyping
everyone is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, do you see the interview that Ronaldo did with Piers Morgan as well?
Oh yeah.
Where like Piers Morgan was like, imagine the ideal scenario in the finals. You scored 2, Messi scored 2, 94th minute. You scored the hat trick.
That'd be the biggest sue of all time, bro. Like the biggest sue.
The whole world is gonna sue all at once.
Messi's like lucky he scores 1 in the final, bro. Like he doesn't run around anymore. I don't know what to say.
No, but to be honest, Messi right now is in better shape than Ronaldo.
Really?
Yeah.
He's gotten good again.
He's always been good.
Really?
Yeah. He's always been good.
I thought he was a pretty mid player. I'm kidding. I love Messi. Like I actually choose.
I got a Messi. Yeah. That's great though. Yeah. No, I do think Messi is going to pull out all the stops this World Cup. It's his last one, and he's never won one. Ronaldo's never won one. I think Messi to me has more of an incentive than Ronaldo does, but we'll just see. I'm excited.
Yeah, because Ronaldo at least has a European Cup title, and Argentina has no titles.
Argentina has the Copa America.
No, not with Messi.
Yeah,
or did they?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
They won, and then they went ahead and won against Italy. Is the thing that happened.
Oh, okay.
Because the Copa America won against
Europa,
the winners, and Italy took the L. 4-0 as well.
Wow.
Or like 4-1, something like that.
So that's just how much better South America is at football.
Yeah. South Americans are like actually genuinely better.
I haven't kept up with any South American football, so I don't even know who to like.
Brazil's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Brazil, we need to talk about that. Brazil's team are probably the best team. They probably have the best team.
Brazil, so I can support Brazil again. Yeah.
But just quickly, one thing on Messi and Ronaldo. To me, Messi is like the epitome of born with a lot of talent. Not born with talent, but he grew up in a family of footballers who people love football, and he was blossomed in that environment, and he stayed at an amazing club that made him amazing. Ronaldo has struggled, and his kind of idea is all about success. It's about the advertisements, it's about the brand deals, it's about what teams am I playing for, how competitive is my league. So to me, they're like, although they're compared all the time, they're playing a different game. They're playing the same game, but they're playing a different game.
Yeah. Fully.
Yeah. I remember one of the things I always remember from Ronaldinho is he used to celebrate when he scored, like right in the beginning. And then I forget if it was his father or his coach who was like, "Why are you celebrating? You shouldn't celebrate. You've just done your job, you know."
Yeah.
Imagine the cashier celebrates every time they scan an item. You know, you just focus on the game and get on with your next piece of work. Yeah. Some people just have that mindset, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think makes an athlete that successful, or like a musician in general? Like,
that's a very good
I feel
question.
Like there is something that some people have that pushes them.
To me, and it's something we talked about outside, it's two things to me. It's passion and it's hard work. You combine those two things, you can do anything in this life. That's really what I believe. And you see it because I'm a big sport. I grew up playing sport. I love sport, and so I'm really into MMA right now. That's my big thing. Like UFC, I absolutely love it. So I don't know if you guys know, but Leon Edwards, a British guy from Birmingham,
I have no idea.
won the title recently off a guy that's completely undefeated. Well, not undefeated, but he's on like a 10, 15 fight win streak.
So like an underdog.
Pound for pound, number one.
Yeah.
And this guy from England comes, the underdog, big underdog. In the 5th round, he knocks him out.
Damn.
And so it's like those kind of things to me is so like empowering. Yeah. And I post about it, and like I'm so passionate about it. So yeah, when you ask me that, it's the combination of those two things.
Passion and hard work. Yeah. I don't think I would disagree with you at all. I think that's
and it's funny you say that.
And luck, yeah.
And it's funny you say that because like today I was listening to a JID song while I was at work, and I don't remember what song it was. It was 704 or something like that on his new album. He has like a quote he has a voice recording of J. Cole saying like I saw all these other people and then I saw JID, but what separated JID from all the rest was exactly those two things. He put in the hard work and he had a genuine want for it.
To desire to be successful. I saw him live 2 years ago.
J. Cole?
No, JID. I've seen J. Cole live as well, but
JID in April.
Yeah.
You going in April? You going?
I'm 100%.
I'll come with you. I'm down to go again. Because it was amazing.
Yeah.
But I was literally, just quickly, front row. So I've got videos, I'll show it to you. And like his energy was amazing.
Nice.
And then after the concert had finished, he stayed by for an hour to sign anyone's anything.
I had that with Stormzy in Denmark.
Amazing, right? There's different artists. Because other artists that are there for the money, they're there for the check.
Like Baby Keem.
Yeah. You think Baby Keem's for the check?
No. No way.
When he was in Amsterdam, bro, he didn't even sign like anything I had.
Yeah.
No, okay. But then he went to the Arsenal game next day, so understandable.
I was just saying that to piss you off.
So when did you see him?
Baby Keem?
Yeah.
Or,
you seen Baby Keem?
With Kendrick, yeah.
Oh, so
they were together at...
Yeah.
I was there too.
You were at Kendrick?
Yeah.
Really? Saturday or Friday?
Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, I was Saturday.
Crazy. Were you standing or sitting?
Sitting.
I was standing.
Yeah,
I wish I was
sick.
I wish I was incredible.
But then I saw videos from Friday. Like you think Saturday was crazy, but Friday was like the energy that there was in the front, like that energy just spread across the whole stadium.
Like, Friday was actually kind of nuts. I was there Friday.
Yeah, Friday was a bit crazy.
But I was sitting. I wanted to be there. And standing.
Oh, you were sitting.
It was mad because for me, like. So Kendrick is one of my favorite artists of all time. Like I absolutely love the guy. I have all of his records on vinyl. Like I'm so inspired by him. And to see him live was amazing. And it was a bit of like a weird thing because I was going with one of my close collaborators and like I was supposed to meet him. We didn't end up meeting. So I went on my own. And then I was messaging other people because I knew some other people that were going there. And I was trying like, where are you? And obviously in a concert, it's like, I'll buy the left speaker, I'll buy the right light to the stage.
Yeah.
So I just got involved. You know, I have a drawing of someone took a picture of the standing and I was like, I started here and I ended up here.
Wow.
And, like, it's amazing. And like I ended up seeing one of my friends. Like I'm listening to Money Trees, one of my favorite songs.
Oh,
I tapped my shoulder. It go Halle Berry. Like, it was insane. It was just amazing.
I almost cried at that song. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
That's one of my favorite Kendrick songs. So
and it was like the setup, the sequence of the songs was perfect as well. He was building up energy for that one. You know, he made me forget that song was still missing. It's my favorite song. You know, like he really took me on a journey.
No, but I cried too, but I cried when Baby Keem left. I was like, damn.
This guy went for Baby Keem and then he said like, oh yeah, Baby Keem definitely stole the show.
Yeah, but you stayed until, because he comes out at the end as well.
He does.
And you said you cried again.
No, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I said the whole way.
Oh, good. Yeah, okay.
No, but Kendrick was amazing as well. He was top notch. Always.
For me, the thing that there's two things that really stood out, because I go to a lot of concerts. I love live shows. His stage presence, the way that a man can stand on the stage with nothing else on there and get the whole crowd roaring without saying a word, without moving a muscle is incredible. Secondly, to have the live instrumentation behind him like a play, and so we don't see it, but we hear it and we feel it. That energy is amazing.
Yeah. No, really nice concert. I was so happy with it. And Baby Keem did pretty well as well.
And that's why I asked about Baby Keem and how we got to the segue, because I went to Wuha in the summer and I saw him there and that was amazing. And then I saw him again at Kendrick and that was also amazing.
Was he different when he was like performing his own show?
He was.
Yeah, a lot more energetic or...
Well, this is a different kind of segue, but and this is just my opinion, the Dutch technical staff that run these concerts or run these events,
trash.
Some of the worst. Like, so here's some examples I can give. So I went to Wuhan for just one day. I saw so many people. I saw Heady One. I saw Dave. I saw Roddy Rich. Yeah. Saw a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So Baby Keem was the first one we saw, and stage presence. He's just walking on stage, insane. He's in this whole suit thing, looking like a hitman. But there would be times like he'd be in the middle of a song and then he'd go off stage.
Damn.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
And to me, the reason he's doing that is because in-ears are wrong. Can't hear myself. Yeah. The sound's out, or like I can't. You know, there's the problem, right? Yeah. So then that happens. I'm like, that's weird. Go see Heady One. Different stage. He's performing. I'm right at the front, and then there's the two screens on the side of the stage, so obviously everyone can see. And on these big screens says, evacuate the festival area. Emergency is broken out. Please leave comfortably safely. So we're all like, what's going on? Like, Heady's performing, just vibing, doing a song, where everyone's confused, everyone's lost. And then we look at the security. They're just as lost as we are. Like, it was insane to me. So then that happened, and it came, the screen came up like 3 or 4 times. It would go, it would come, it would go, it would come. So we were like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's not an emergency. Yeah. And then, this is the final straw for me. And I have this on video. Dave, I love Dave. You know, English artist, English rapper. Went to see him. And he's playing a song that has a feature of Mostak, and it's Mostak's verse. So he's not rapping. Music just cuts out. Silence.
No.
For like a minute. And he's on stage like, what's happening? Yeah. I'm like, what's happening?
That's
so there's something about it, because then there's also, I'm sorry to just keep going. But Saba, I saw Saba, big fan of Saba.
Oh my god. Bro, who have you done? Bro.
I love music, bro. So I went to see Saba a couple weeks ago. No, I want to though. Okay. I want to for sure.
When? December 6th.
When?
I think.
Oh man, I could come. I'm going back to London December 8th. If there's still tickets.
He's doing 2 shows in a night because he sold out Melkweg the first night.
I'd love to see him. I love his new album, 2000.
Yeah, no, he has so much good music.
Men lie, women lie, numbers stay stuck. I love that bar. I love that bar. Anyway, just Saba quickly. Speakers was falling off the stage.
Yeah.
Damn.
What the fuck?
And then but a guy would run across the stage to put it on 7 times, and then at the end, Saba's like, "Nah, don't worry, I got this, bro." Puts the mic down, does it for him. It's like, it's embarrassing. Is it not embarrassing?
It's also disrespectful for like the artists.
It's
super disrespectful.
Yeah. Like they pay all this money and they come to this place to give this performance, and the biggest thing to go back to Heady One is he looked furious. He walked off that stage furious, and then he just announced a Europe tour. He's going to Amsterdam once. He's going to every other country 2-3 times.
If it wasn't for the culture and the people, bro, I don't think anyone would come here, bro.
It's bad.
So the culture here, though, is like one of the best. If only people could back it up with like the technical stuff. Like,
exactly. Speaking of all this music, by the way, who is Music and why did he unfollow me?
Shake my hand. Shake my hand.
I'm just really
this is a great story.
I'm lost in this.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So you've heard of Vamper? Have you heard of Vamper?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So it's a social media networking app. Shout out Vamper. Hey. So it's basically like LinkedIn, but it's for musicians and for creatives. Right. I've been on it for a long time. I'm a big user. I actually spoke with the CEO. He's a really nice guy, and I met someone on there. So I connected with someone, and she's a sax player, crazy black lady. I was like, oh, cool, from America. So we're messaging a bit on the app, and I was like, yeah, how are you? Like, what do you do? And she says, oh, message me on Instagram. And I said, oh, just you can find my Instagram, my bio, and like, I'm busy. Like, I'm not focused. I don't care, you know? She sends me a message, or she follows me. And then she sends me a message, but it goes in my, like, you know, unlisted or whatever. So I didn't see it. I just see she's followed me. I think,
that's happened to me a few times,
So then when I go back to Instagram, however many days later, and I see, and she's written out, you didn't follow me, so I'm not going to follow you. Actually, I want to read it word for word, because it's actually hilarious. So she said on Thursday, can I get a follow back? And I didn't like, wasn't around. So on Friday I say, sup. She says, I unfollowed you, you didn't follow me back, nor tried to reach out. It's nothing, goodbye.
The youth these days, bro.
So she's not you. This is a grown woman. This is a grown woman. And then so I say, followers mean more to you than music, enjoy life. She says, I am music, bye. So I posted it on my story, and I put the Justin Timberlake song Cry Me a River, and I said, I can't believe music doesn't follow anymore. So that's where that come from. But That's networking, man. That's the industry, you know.
I was like, damn, Sam is always so peaceful. Like, what happened here? You know? I wanted to see what was up.
Yeah, but I guess you're always gonna meet like different kind of personalities. Wherever you go, you can.
How can you claim the name music just like that, bro? Like, I am music. You know, like, a musician. Nah, music, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, it was just like, I've just lost the opportunity, you know? Like, I can't do it in this industry anymore, you know? Like, this one, you know, it's just, I had to make something about it. I had to make it funny, because to me, you know, I'm a very, I care a lot about people. I care a lot about things in general. So my instant reaction when she was so hostile to me was to be like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" All this stuff.
Yeah.
But instead, I waited to get her full reply, and then I replied with something that was a question, and then I got a great answer. So it was just such a great lesson to me to not approach things with adversity all the time, or like push kind of those negative things with negativity, and instead just be like, well. You're not entering this ecosystem, you know?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's always worth putting yourself out there.
100%.
You met a lot of nice people through Vamper as well.
No, networking is crucial in our day and age. You know, I think anyone who wants to be successful in anything needs to network. You know, they need to find someone who is more experienced than them that can teach them what they're trying to do or show them the path. You know, that's the biggest thing. It's like people want to be musicians or people want to be anything. You want to be an actor, you want to be this, you want to be that, but unless you have that person that can show you this is the right path, this is the wrong path, you're going to fuck up a lot of times, and then you're going to lose your drive to do what you want to do.
And you always kind of need a mentor in life, kind of thing.
Yeah. Mentors, I think, are like one of the most valuable things in any industry.
I agree.
And in music especially, but in general in the creative industries and in all industries nowadays, the line from universities is just find it online, figure it out online, right? And like learn that way. But the thing is, maybe you can get 90% of technical information online, but when it comes down to actually doing things and making money out there, you need to have someone with experience to tell you, don't waste your time doing this, don't do that. Like, here's
you get a deal, and you're like, oh my god, it's 20k. Like, that's who knows what's in that deal. Do you have a lawyer? Do you have people reading over this? Like,
do you have people who know and have experience with those people, and like who knows that they're gonna work hard for you? You know, promote your shit properly.
Absolutely.
Or are they just gonna sign you and forget about you? You know, like, these are all things you need to know.
It's a tough
and because of that, like, connections are still really worth a lot, I think, and mentorships especially.
So worth it.
Absolutely.
So worth it. It's crucial. And I think in even just, you know, obviously, as I said, it's important in any industry, but as we grow in this age of information, in this age of social media, it's just like I connect with people halfway across the world that can help me with so many different things that I didn't think I needed help with, you know, and that helps my growth as a person, helps my growth as an artist, as a businessman. So I just recommend anyone out there who's trying to do anything creatively, network. You will find some more inspiration or some more drive that you're missing by just being stuck in your own box and just working at what you want to do all the time.
Like when you see that person who's really inspired, and like, you know, they're into what they're doing and they're doing what you want to do as well. You get some of that spillover effect.
Definitely.
Again.
So maybe kind of like a segue into that is like, we haven't actually really heard from you. Like, what is it that you do? Actually?
Yeah. I'm a musician, I'm a producer, I'm a bidding entrepreneur. I'm not yet an entrepreneur, but I decided a week ago that I'm going to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
But I'm the kind of person that I'm a visionary, you know, like I see things in the future and I'm like, okay, how can I accomplish this? And I see very far in the future sometimes. So it's a bit overwhelming sometimes, but like, I love art, I love creative things, I love music, I love sport, I love film, I love like all of these things. So I have so many, going to the uni that, you know, we all go to, you know, you're kind of pushed in that business. You're given a business understanding, basically. So I want to take that and apply it to the stuff that I'm passionate about to make money for myself and my family. Yeah. That's the goal.
Okay. And right now you're working mostly as a producer. And what sort of music, what sort of projects?
Yeah, I mean, what sort of projects? So EP, 31st of December, New Year's Eve. Underdog Psychosis. Is coming out on the 31st, so I'm very excited about that. That's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. All the songs are done.
Where can they find it?
Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. It's gonna be on. I'm gonna be all over Instagram in December.
Underdog Psychosis.
And
who's like, what artist are we looking for here if we want to find it?
Well, wait, say that again.
What artist should we search up if we're trying to find it?
What do you mean?
Like, who's it gonna be released by?
It's mine.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Yours, like, just
it's my EP. It's my EP.
Your EP.
Yeah.
Damn. Have you got any vocals on it at all?
It's just mine. And then I'm doing another one.
Okay, nice.
Do you have a producer tag that you go by?
I have a tag. No, I have a name. My name's TRYB. Okay. My producer name is TRYB. Okay. TRYB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you can search up. Yeah. So.
Yeah, TRYB. But yeah, I'm working on a lot of things, man. Like I literally before this podcast start, I get called from one of my close collaborators from the UK. He's like, bro, I'm back into music now. Because that's the thing. We live in all of us, right? Like we're all students, but we all love creative shit. So we're just like trying to do it and do uni, but then uni gets in the way sometimes. We jump around
a lot, right? And I think the biggest struggle that I find, like with all sorts of people, kind of a bit like us, you know, trying to do something like that, is we can't seem to settle and complete one thing and like really, you know. Absolutely. But I think it's at some point you have to accept the amount of work that needs to go into it is overwhelming, but you need to stick to it, you know.
Well,
and that's going to be the big difference.
It's the big difference. That's the thing. You say you need to, you don't need to. People quit all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you want to be successful, then you have to grit your teeth and you have to go through it. Yeah, and maybe it sucks with the opportunity cost, but you have to choose something, right? Like this is what I want to invest my time in.
As one of the greats
once said, for this podcast. That's what we're trying to get.
But as one of the greats once said, opportunity comes once in a lifetime,
and you can never let go.
No. Sure.
Yeah, sure, something like that. Don't miss your chance.
I do just want to quickly shout out a few more projects if you don't mind. So LBK is coming out in April. I've been working on this project for a long time with my boy Neff. Shout out Neff. Shout out the guide. And yeah, very exciting. It's called Let's Be Kids, LBK. It's a project about, you know, really harnessing your inner child. You know, when you were in primary school and you would just spend all day painting shit and you'd feel on top of the world and life didn't really, I know I'm speaking directly to you, I didn't mean to. I was speaking to but you know when, like, you know, that creativity you have when you're a child, when you have no worries, when you just love whatever it is you're doing, like that's what we're trying to do with this project. So yeah, those are the two big things right now. Underdog, Psychosis, New Year's Eve, starting the year off right. That's the plan, and then a whole load of music.
I'm gonna be playing that on my New Year's party for sure.
Dope.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
I'm definitely also gonna be listening.
Thank you.
It's the first time I'm gonna
hear myself.
It's the first time
Yeah. I think you'll like it, man.
Did you bring some music along with you?
I did. Yeah.
We'll play that later. But
nice.
Look forward to.
Well, I can play like. It depends how much you want. The thing is, the EP is going to be 6 tracks, so it's a very kind of laid back, not too.
If you have like one or two songs that you really want to show out of that,
can we maybe like intro with one of your songs that might be like just a snippet that you wouldn't mind sharing?
This is, I don't know if you want to talk about this on the podcast, but Matisse approached me and said me doing a theme for you guys.
Okay.
So it's either like I can show you a bunch of my music and you can say I want this, I don't want this, or I can make something for you.
Bro, imagine we get a custom made theme song.
Easy.
Like, we got the logo made by a professional, you know.
Easy.
I'm doing the audio professionally almost now, you know, like.
No
all
problem.
we need is this, you know, and the camera, and then we're set. Like we got the.
There you go.
Yeah, and we don't need a studio. We decided we're gonna go on a different couch every.
I like this feel. This vibe is really nice. It's comfortable. It's like it's chill.
Yeah, and I have so many people that like I think fit into this vibe. They have amazing stories and like ways of thinking that I want to have on. You know.
Yeah, man.
This is actually like a lot more chill. Like I find because a lot of the more artsy people.
It's chill because you still haven't stood up. The moment we walked in this room.
It's chill for me. It's chill for me. What I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's not so chill when I have to go to Harlem.
We came from 2 different cities to your living room, you know? We both traveled and you're just sitting here.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fair. He works a Flink, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll allow it, yeah.
7-hour shift today, bro.
So that's not even
Fuck Flink. Fuck
Flink. Yeah, tell us all the way.
I can't say anything yet because I still work there, but
I speak for myself. I don't speak for anyone else. I speak for myself.
If I speak, I will be in trouble. Big trouble. What do we think of the new Stormzy song? It's not that new anymore.
Good segue.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Is that the one with the Jose Mourinho in it? The video.
So wow. Let me explain because I know about this stuff. No disrespect, but so he hadn't released music in 2-3 years.
Done.
And then he released this video, Mel Made Me Do It, which has got Jose Mourinho in it. Amazing video, and I was watching an interview about how it all came about, and that shot with him, you know, like Jose was obviously really busy and probably paid a lot of money for him to be in the video, and the shot is just him. I prefer not to speak, you know. But they did it like half an hour and Joe's like, no, we're not going to leave until it's right. And like, you know, that means a lot to an artist when you have someone that you're so influenced by that you've been able to get in a video that's a big celebrity, and for them to be so kind of easy to work with, it's often, especially Jose Mourinho, you know, notoriously one of like
the chosen one. I have a lot of respect for people like that who still care about the people in the room, you know, and make sure that what they're doing is. Because he could have left it half-assed and would have gotten all the money probably anyways.
And it's one shot. Like it's such an easy thing to do, and he could have been in and out in 10 minutes, but he chose to stay there. Because he cares, and that's great. Yeah. So Stormzy's album comes out, or has already come out. I think it comes out next week. But I love Stormzy. He's such an influence in the UK, such a great figure, I think. And he's doing a pop-up shop in London where people can go, and because this new album's about to come out is so different. I haven't heard it yet, but it's so different to anything he's done before because he's been through a lot of shit, and he made like 2 other albums and he was like, fuck that, fuck these, I'm making, he just started a new thing with a bunch of new people.
What is it with musicians and making like, for every album they release, they make like 6 albums?
Because the direction, man. The thing with music, because when you love music as much as I do, you realize that music is all just passion, and not all music, but like the music that I connect with. Yeah, it's about the passion for the music, and it's about where it's coming from. Where you speaking from? Who? What city? What country? What voice? What perspective are you talking from? And then it's also how much do I care about my lyrics, or how much do I care about the flows I'm using? So artists will be in that struggle because maybe they set out to make this album. They're like, I have this vision and I want it to sound like this, and I want the Neptunes, and I want Kanye West. But then they can't get Neptunes or Kanye West, or maybe they do get Neptunes or Kanye West. They record the whole album, and then they listen to it and they're like, I can't release this. So then they start a new thing, and that seems what Stormzy's done. But he seems like in such a pure place. He did an interview with Louis Theroux. Have you guys heard of Louis Theroux?
Yeah. He's amazing. Is he the guy that was like, my money don't jiggle, it falls?
I hate that's how you know him, because he's honestly like one of the great. He's like the David Attenborough of like not social commentary, but what?
You don't know David? No.
What?
Not by name, at least.
He's the BBC documentary guy.
Any wildlife documentary that you've ever seen,
it's his voice.
Okay.
He's a legend, David.
You can almost hear the voice in my head.
I can't just be shouting out UK people this whole podcast. I can't. But no, just quickly about who was I talking about? Stormzy.
Yeah.
Before the segue to. You just said David Attenborough. There was someone else that we were talking about. Louis Theroux. There we go. Sorry, Louis Theroux. This guy makes you. I'll put you on some documentaries. You'll love them. Yeah. He just goes anywhere in the world and just like sex parties. Like, and it doesn't matter. He's just this weird, awkward white guy with glasses. That kind of like Channel 5 news guy. Right. Andrew. What's his name?
Andrew Callahan.
Andrew Callahan. Very sick. Like Andrew is very inspired by Louis Theroux. Very inspired. Like you can see it. And so when you say my money don't jiggle, it's like he has such a. But yeah, it's funny.
No, but that is the only place I knew.
I know exactly, and that's fine. That's not a problem. It's just funny to me. Yeah, it's just funny because I know him for so many different reasons. Oh, so that's the guy that does it.
So it's good I did that.
Yeah.
Sparked a little something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, but I guess a lot of musicians have this perfectionist gene. I mean, my brother has a lot the same. Because my brother, and it's not just because he's my brother, but he's insanely talented, and he has, when it comes to the skills, he's really high up there, and he always has been, right?
Amazing.
Just had incredible talent from a kid who's been on the instrument since he was 3, and had a professional dad who has had a career in the music industry and went to music school as well, so has both sides, mentoring him since a kid. But he just won't release things because it's hard to get that perfect mix or that perfect, master and have it all combined. So
definitely.
Well, what do you think is should there be a balance between because a lot of the times I also have a bunch of friends that produce together. It's some of them are like, let's just release what we have now.
Exactly.
Or should we...
And this debate always goes on in my brother's band, I've heard as well, and in my brother's own head as well.
What's your opinion on it?
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm on the cusp of releasing my first proper thing. I've released a lot of stuff on SoundCloud. I've worked with a lot of people, but it's all been unfinished. We still got to work on these vocals. We've still got to mix and master. But for me, it's I love Kenny Beats. You guys know Kenny Beats?
Yeah.
Don't overthink shit. That's really my motto. It's if it feels right, if it feels like I've been holding on to all these songs that I'm going to play for you for months, and they're bangers. They're so good. And it's why am I doing this? And it's because of me. It's because it's not right yet, or the timing, or I have this vision. I want the video to look like this, or I want the cover art to look like this. And until that's done, I can't put it out. Right. So you're your own worst enemy, but at the same time, you are also your own worst critic. So it's you have to balance those kind of things to make sure that the work is good enough to you, but it's also not kind of rushed out because I have to release. I meet these deadlines.
There's a balance, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I think, and I'm lucky enough to be independent that I don't have pressures from other people that some artists will have.
Yeah, right? But I do think sometimes as an artist, it's look, you have talent. You the quality that you have right now is enough to communicate that talent. Just put it out there and at least increase the chances of someone finding you.
Yeah.
Because you can't just hold it on to forever. But
it's the artist dilemma.
Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Van Gogh is a very interesting thing to talk about, because man would have never seen the success. Man never did see the success of his art.
Died,
made some of the most impactful art of all time, worldwide. And
like
he has no idea. Well, he died having no idea. He killed himself.
They made a movie about that where he comes back to life and he sees his success and he
really?
I don't know what the movie's called, but
I think it might be a Doctor Who episode. He did a Doctor Who episode.
Did he?
And no, he didn't obviously, but they did a Doctor Who episode.
Right.
And Van Gogh is there, and then they take him. Do you know about Doctor Who? He's a time traveler, so he takes him to the future and shows him around his exhibition, and he's crying. It's a really emotional, great scene.
Oh wow.
Maybe that, I don't know. It could
Maybe
be a
that's
film.
where it's on.
It might be.
It's the TikTok again. I see this
15 seconds.
This man loves TikTok.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Dude. He's always on the TikTok.
Hey man, 6 hours.
I hate TikTok. I can't stand it actually.
I'm not a fan. No,
I don't get it, bro.
But you know what's interesting? Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, go on.
But the algorithms, the way that it works is success, which is bad, and it's not good for our attention spans. It's not good for the kids.
That algorithm, and that's why Twitter's gonna get fucked now, because you found all the algorithm people. So
let's talk about this. Do you think what are the benefits to Twitter to reduce their workforce as much as they have to you?
Very, very little.
Okay.
Because there are you see this. I work at a fucking food delivery company, right? And we need 20,000 employees, right, to fucking deliver orders, right? A big chunk of that is marketing, because we're in a market that requires a lot of marketing, because platforms is the bigger share you have of the market, the quicker you grow, because people know about you. But Twitter is even more complicated, because they're dealing with public figures a lot and dealing with media.
Yeah.
So there's different legislations in every country, both in terms of local intelligence agencies that want to track people. And you have to choose, as an American company, do I give the Iranian government access to where these and these posters are? They might be anti-government people, and all these sort of different issues that you would never imagine when you're just thinking how to run a small social media company.
Yeah.
But all these things, we deliver food, as I said, and still we need, I think, around 4,000 people just to keep our service live. Not even innovating products, just devs that are there, coding to just make sure it doesn't crash at any time, And Twitter's even bigger, and they have so many legal issues. And they went from 4,000 employees to
200 or something, 2,000.
Yeah, 200 or something. Yeah, they lost 90% of their workforce.
But it was also
that's impossible. That's impossible. Yeah.
It's also because a bunch of them quit. It's not because they got fired as well.
He started off by firing half.
Yeah.
Then he started firing more and more. As if anyone criticized them, they'll get fired. Yeah. And then he sent this email out saying, "We're gonna have long, intense hours." And you have an ultimatum until Friday to let me know if you're gonna quit or not. And 75% of the remaining people quit. So
I have an interesting perspective, because to me, and I don't know, this is all up for debate, but for Elon to make that decision, he's looking at the longevity of the business, and he's determined that these people don't need to, or they aren't required for the success of the service that is Twitter. And whatever his reasons are behind that, and whatever way he's done about that is his way. But to some extent, I see a lot. I mean, like I said, I'm not really in touch with world politics and what goes on in general. I'm a bit, like my boy Kay says, I'm out of the matrix sometimes. These people that work there have been so vocal. I've seen so many interviews or articles about them talking about their experiences, and it sounds like a shit show. So it's if you're getting kicked out of a job that's a shit show, aren't you benefiting from that? Obviously, if you're, it depends on everyone's certain situation. If that's how you're making ends meet, and you don't have that,
and it's also, I think for a lot of them, it's they've been working in this company for a while, and they probably actually want to have Twitter be a success.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Their baby kind of taken away just because some guy has money, right?
Here's kind of where I say it kind of depends, right? Because the way that Elon did it, by firing all the people, I do agree that maybe in the longevity of it, he was thinking maybe it was going to be better for the company, but he kind of failed to see the human side of it, and that's what I say.
No, but he failed to see the business side of it and the company side of it. It's a genuinely bad idea that you I don't want to say too much about how Jet functions, but everything in a big company, and this is across all companies, it's not just Jet, everything is last minute, even things that are really important, legalities of what terms and conditions you put on the campaign, or how we're gonna launch it. Everything is always last minute, and you have so many thousands of people working on it, and it's the more the company grows, the amount of people that need to work also grows exponentially, because the more people you have, the more people managers you need, and so on. So I don't give Twitter more than a month left.
Yeah?
Like, it's impossible.
Wow, crazy.
You can't run your security systems. You can't deal with all these different countries that are now going to jump on the bandwagon and try to exploit all these loops.
Do you not think he's really focusing on...
I think he made a genuine mistake, like mistake after mistake that actually has very little upside to it at all.
So I have a very weird relationship with Elon because I don't know him, obviously, but like my dad has a Tesla and he loves his Tesla, but he kind of hates Elon. So then whenever I've kind of gone back home, we've had conversations and I've been like, oh, this is interesting. Like, cause to me, he's such a radical leader. He's so different to everyone else. And I'm inspired by that.
I don't see how he's that different though in the end.
In terms of his ideas, like in terms
his ideas are different,
exactly. In terms of what he's trying to do, he's not looking to me and what like I've read or watched about him. Whenever I hear him talk about certain things, like whether it's SpaceX, whether it's, the Neuralink, stuff like this, he's doing these things to better humanity. He's not doing it for monetary value.
But
monetary gain.
A big problem with those things, for example, the Neuralink, the bettering humanity, self-driving cars, is that he says he's going to do it, and he says that he's working on it, but in reality he's not working on it, and then years pass and people come to find out.
But here's the thing, that's not even the biggest problem. The thing is that Elon is a bit of a genius,
Engineering genius.
We can't take that away from him. We got to give him credit.
And I don't know if it's only engineering, like I don't know what you would call that, like whatever, automotive, whatever the
automotive fuck. No, he's not. I don't know if he's automotive or not, but
okay. But in any case, like whatever, like the technical things and like how do you build an electric car, how do you build batteries, these sort of things, and whatever else goes into that, like I can see that he's made results, right? He's pretty smart. But we live in a world where, unfortunately, that backed with like his background of coming from a really rich family, allowed him to then become a like major capitalist that goes around buying and selling companies.
It's so true.
And he has no qualifications to be running a social media platform at all. And I really do think 1 month and it's gonna be open.
I agree with you, but fuck qualifications. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like
this is what happens. Like
I know. No. Like I'm not trying to justify it. I'm not at all trying to justify Elon Musk. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective, which is like this man has. He started off with PayPal. He started off. He found he didn't found PayPal, but he worked in PayPal and then sold it for a bunch of money to then start Tesla, then use Tesla to start SpaceX, and then they just bounce. What am I interested in? What am I passionate about? This. I'm going to invest in this. I'm going to run this business. Now it's really successful. Now I'm going to start a new one, and that's what he's done. And other people, Warren Buffett. If you think about some of the biggest billionaires in the world, they stick to one thing. They fucking master that shit, and that's it. And it's all about money. It's all about control. It's all about monopolization.
But to this date, PayPal was the only company he was ever involved in that actually became profitable by itself. Every other company he started has only been kept afloat and only exists because of government subsidies. And this is a fact.
Yeah, but to be honest, with car companies, it's like very hard to turn a profit. Like no car company makes a profit.
Really?
Still, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But like with the Boring Company, with SpaceX, with a lot of these different ventures, like he jumped around in, like you say, like he's jumping around. None of them became profitable, and in the end, all he really did was he come up with a genius idea that was sensational. People would jump on and would get attention. Raise a bunch of money through investing and through public funding. Funnel that into his personal brand and even into his own money. And then become personally more successful, right? And use it for personal gain.
To me, that's more genius than his educational background. To me.
Right, for sure.
No, but here's the thing as well. I think you're kind of discrediting him for like the work that he's done. Like, okay, he's done all these things, made all these promises in business world, right? Yeah. But on the engineering world, he's actually put work in it, and like
I can definitely see there. If I was an engineer, right, I would have a different perspective. Yeah. And I guess it's because I wouldn't.
But from the business side, I agree.
It's also what I've been exposed to more, right? I've almost only been exposed to his business side, and I find it really unfair the whole notion that he should be able to run companies, in my opinion.
I agree. He's not a businessman. I think that's clear. Yeah. From everything that you've talked about, all the stuff, like he's not made for business, but he has been put in a place to run businesses, and he has the money and the capital to run businesses.
Yeah, I mean the system definitely, like he's functioning perfectly within the system, right?
Absolutely. He's also very much like
I just don't agree with the system.
I agree. Yeah. I don't either.
Nice.
A quick segue about the my queen who passed away, and I'm saying my queen, it's not my queen. That was a bit of a weird way to say it, I guess.
That's a bit of a weird way to say it.
The reason I say it is because I actually gave her flowers when I was like 10 years old.
You gave her flowers?
Yeah.
How come?
I, to be honest, the memory's a bit foggy, but I saw her and I did something with her, like I shook her hand or something. But because I was born and raised in Oxford, for those who don't know. And she opened up a hospital in Oxford, and it was really close to my primary school. So they asked a bunch of kids who wants to go, and I was selected. And so that's like that was always like, oh my god, the Queen, because my mum is white and my dad's black. Yeah. My mum is a royalist, right? Loves the royal family, is obsessed with it. My dad is a bit. So it was very interesting to me because it happened. The death happened when I was in the UK.
Free Jamaica from the royalty. Yeah. I don't know too much about it. I have heard about that. Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm going to Jamaica in like 2-3 weeks.
Nice.
I can't wait.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
How long are you gonna be going for?
About 2 weeks.
Is this your first time in Jamaica?
No, I went when I was like 10, but you know, it's like...
Yeah, you don't really remember.
It's going to be a very different experience.
Yeah. Especially now that you're older as well, you're going to get to enjoy a lot more of it.
And I'm going with my cousin, 2 of my cousins and my uncle, instead of my parents, which is what I wanted them to come, but it's like, it'd be nice.
Yeah, but anyways, this...
the Queen thing.
Yeah, with your parents.
Yeah, well, it's just so my mum was devastated.
Yeah.
Which is fair. That's she can feel how she wants to feel. But for me, it was like, it must have been 2 weeks after it happened, everywhere in the UK on TV on my Apple Music.
It didn't
on
stop.
my Apple Music, it says "Remembering Liz." I'm like, come on,
really?
Yeah.
Like it was on the music apps as well. Jesus.
And I was like, respectfully, sorry for your loss. No. Sorry for your loss first, and then fuck off. You know?
Fuck off.
So it's like, let's respect that someone's passed away.
Of course.
But I don't need to be seeing it. And it was like, I would cycle down my road, and there's a bike shelter, a bus stop. And on the bus stops, they have adverts. Yeah. So for a week, every time I'm cycling down my road, I'm seeing Remember Liz. It was just all of it.
As a British person, would you be upset if I told you that I was really happy when I heard the Queen died? No. Okay. No.
He was ecstatic.
I know a lot of people that were.
Though.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I was happy, but I wasn't like sad. I was like, okay, cool.
I was kind of shocked. I was like, damn, she finally hit the cat.
She was old, man.
Well, first you were defending the Queen rigorously.
No, because here's
then I had to teach you your own country's history with colonization.
You didn't really do much of the teaching. You just said, no, she's still bad. Yeah, and then I went ahead and did a whole days of research.
Because this was when he was in Bangladesh still.
Yeah, okay. And I had nothing to do.
No cigarettes, no alcohol, no weed, no drugs, nothing. Right?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, he like this man you see today, he's a completely different man. You couldn't imagine him when he's in like the family context. Yeah. And he's out here doing research, like just randomly.
Nice. Bro, if I were to continue that, I think I could have made Oxford easy.
No, literally, you're an intellectual philosopher in that state. But like then you come here and it's
it takes it all out of me.
Still philosophy, but in a very different way.
More hippie philosophy.
Yeah. No, but it was a bit weird seeing that whole hysteria.
Yeah. I mean, every kind of country, and that was the other thing. Cancelled football for a week.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck?
Why? What does football have to do with the Queen dying?
You can't have fun.
Of course not. That is the mentality behind it, and it was interesting. One of the last games of the Premier League season, because obviously it's finished now for the World Cup. Yeah. They had like a full-on marching band come out, and like it wasn't for the Queen, but it was just like, I don't know, the last game of the season or whatever. Yeah. So it's clearly that the ties, the money, all of this stuff is like.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you a bit more about like where you're from and your background. So you said your mom is white British, and your dad is from Jamaica.
Well, so he was actually born in Oxford, but his parents grew up in Jamaica.
So he's second generation, or okay, yeah. Nice. Mm-hmm. And how is do you want to ask something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does your dad like still go around saying the slang from Jamaica?
Why would you ask that, bro?
It's a good question. No, it's funny because so when my dad will speak with my family, so I have a younger brother as well. And it's all very just normal, and then it's yo, what you saying? And it's just it goes into like fast slang with his friends. So that's only time and then it's also times when you go to we have like family parties, because I love these family parties because it's always just you get introduced. That's your cousin, that's your uncle, that's him, that's her, and it's like I mean you'll definitely know. It's like
that happens in this house actually.
It's like to this day I come home and I'm like, who's this? He's like, just your new roommate.
Uncle of this and that.
So then it comes out then again. It's like when he's around those people when they're speaking, like, and then it comes out of him. But no, like because he is a bit. There is a bit of a culture clash there, and because he spent so much more of his time in Oxford, and he's fairly successful businessman. That's what he's kind of dedicated his life to, is his work. So it's like you can't be using Jamaican patois in a board meeting, it kind of comes at you.
You should be able to.
You should be able to. I agree. I will be. The
board meetings would be a lot more interesting. It's like, hey man, my favorite Jamaican personally is Chet Hanks.
Big up The whole island massive, it's your boy Chetana, coming straight from the Golden Globes, you want to me see me father Tom Hanks presenting in a what, soon forward come. Big up, tune in.
Chet Hanks, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, Chet Hanks.
Oh, okay, I thought that joke would land, but if you don't know, you don't know.
When we eat later, what you making?
Sorry?
When we eat later, what you making? Oh, I want to have your answer as well.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
It took me a while. Holy shit!
I thought you were proposing like we'll do Jamaica. Yeah, sure, we'll do some Jamaican fish.
No, we can cut that. That was funny.
Yeah. I'll cut the awkward pause.
Yeah,
the joke landed.
Keep it in.
Yeah, now I have to. We talked about it. I'm not Jamaican anything though.
That's a shame. I wish you were, man. I wish you were.
So, did you pick up some of it, like when you talk?
Sometimes that's the thing. When I go there, I'm gonna be indulging myself completely. And a lot of the music I'm influenced by is obviously has a lot of it in it. So I pick up at it from there. But yeah, I was born and raised in Oxford, lived there 18 years of my life. Now I'm here, so it's like.
First time you moved out of Oxford was when you came to The Hague.
Yeah, I mean, I'd done a lot of. I took a year out of school after, and I went traveling around Colombia for 2 months.
Damn.
So that was amazing.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, it was.
Which part of Colombia?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
We went everywhere.
Nice.
We started at Bogota and just went down and up, and then we did Panama for a bit. Come back down and. Yeah.
So if you go pretty far south, it starts to look a bit like Bolivia, especially in the jungle terrain. So,
interesting.
Yeah. But
it was amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
So first time away from Oxford or away from home, I guess. But
and then you came to The Hague. Nice.
We should do a boys trip to Bolivia once.
Yeah,
like just everyone that matters knows. We just all go to Bolivia.
I mean, I'm going to Bolivia in January, right?
And not this January, but like another January. Maybe.
Yeah, we also said we need to do a boys trip to Asia. We need to go to.
That's not my problem. I live in Asia basically. So I've been telling you.
You want to go to Bolivia?
I'm also telling you, come, bro. I'm also going to Bolivia. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to bring Max, but
he's not gonna go.
Probably not.
Yeah, the boy's not gonna be able to survive there.
No, he's not. He won't actually fit anything. He's like, how tall is Max?
Quite tall.
He's like insanely tall. He's taller than I have a friend here who I thought was really tall.
Yeah.
And then Max came to visit us and he's taller than this friend. I was like, Jesus Christ.
No, but to be honest, he's not taller than Matteo, our friend that we have.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad for tall people. I mean, I'm kind of tall, but
they die quicker.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they die.
Why? Like what was the?
Every centimeter you gain is like a year off your
No,
life.
that's cap. That's cap.
You had me there. I was like, I want to be 6'1", but maybe not anymore.
No. But actually, statistically, like short people live longer.
Well, that makes sense. I understand. I can because I have so much back pain. I don't know about you guys, but I have really bad back pain.
No, for me it's the knees, man.
And my knees as well. Don't get me wrong. But what's hurting me more is
the back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, my knees are also.
I've been getting that as well now. I think it comes with age.
Yeah, age also doesn't help. Yeah.
We're still young though, guys. Like, do you know what I mean? If I was 50, I'd be like, it's fair enough. But I'm 20.
My
I'm 22.
friend group, especially this guy, has been calling me a boomer since I was
he is the boomer of a group.
I can see it.
I'm pretty sure he was there when Jesus was still walking about the earth.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and like he tried talking to me about spirituality and God, and I was like, bro, can we talk about inflation right now?
It's like the Jaden Smith memes, Can we take a second to talk about?
These guys bully me the fuck. Like they've sent me that exact clip 6 different times. Ooh. And each time they're like, bro, this kind of sounds like madness. Like,
no, but with him, like the jokes are, he's old, forehead jokes, obviously.
Forehead, bro, it's hidden.
Yeah, but those are the main two.
Was it with you or with Mochi the other day that we said so much forehead there wasn't space for the eyebrows, bro?
Oh,
yeah, it was Mochi who said it, but I was there. Yeah,
I don't have eyebrows.
You do?
No, not really. So
right.
Oxford, how is it growing up in Oxford?
See how he segued so quickly to that.
It's good. He's a professional, I like this guy.
Especially if we're talking about my eyebrows.
Yeah, because there's not much to talk about there, right?
Shit,
Nice. Oxford. Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate to have grown up there. Very, very lucky. But it was hard, man. Like, it was hard. Like, I'm naturally a creative person. I always have been a creative person.
Yeah.
And school didn't work for me. It wasn't my thing. I didn't learn well. I didn't do well in my exams. I had to work 3 times as hard as everyone else to get the grades that I'm to be here right now. So It was tough, but like, I'm so grateful. The things that I was doing when I was younger, if I was doing those in London, Birmingham, Manchester, any other place that's a lot rougher than Oxford, who knows where I would be right now. So it's that's the kind of reflection I've been down, but I'm, you know, it's a great city. It's a beautiful city, you know, like the parks, the architecture there is amazing, but it's not home. I said this to, shout out Kiki, shout out Albi. They're both from Madrid. And Kiki was telling me the other day, like, this is my beach. I haven't been to my beach in a year. Like, and I was like, oh, why is it your beach? It's like, because I spent the time there and stuff. I was like, I have a bench in Oxford. I get it. Yeah. But Oxford's not my home. But Madrid, and like, that's like, they go to Berlin, they go to here or wherever, and they live there, but that's not their home. But for me, it's like, The Hague feels more, I wouldn't say it's home, but it feels more, I feel more settled here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's I was overhearing a conversation outside a bar once between like a bunch of Americans. One of them said like, I was born here in this state, but like I feel like I don't belong there. I feel like I belong there. And like another guy said, and to this day I remember this quote. It was so amazing. He's like, you know, a dog born in a barn isn't necessarily a horse. I was like, damn. Either it was so nice because like I was high as fuck.
Yeah, because like subsequently we discussed it 2 hours and I still don't get the fucking saying that.
No, it's saying like, you know, you could be born somewhere, but it doesn't mean you belong.
Yeah, doesn't mean you belong there.
Yeah,
there's a British meme. And this guy says, if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle.
Yeah,
like that's funny to me. Like,
or if your grandma had wheels, you'd be a bike.
The Jim the Campo clip.
Yeah, classic.
If your mom had wheels, your grandma had wheels, she would be a bike. It's because she was fucking up the carbonara. Which you don't do, by the way. Mochi made me a carbonara a few days ago. It was a little bit better than last time.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a 5 now instead of a 3.
Improvements.
Are you a chef then, Matisse? Are you about this cooking life?
I am about this cooking life, but I wouldn't consider myself a chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I cook rarely.
Okay.
But when I cook well.
His food slaps. Yeah. You keep it simple, but you do it right.
Yeah.
Your food has never missed.
It's nice. Like, I'm good at like keeping it simple, and like I'm good at the simple stuff, so I don't mess it up. Kind of guess.
Yeah.
I'm a chef.
Yeah, you're a chef.
Like my brother will hate me for saying this, but I'm a chef. I love food, and like I love just creating new recipes, and like I'll spend an hour in the kitchen if I'm gonna make a delicious meal. You know? I love to do it.
Yeah, on average I spend an hour cooking, and like all the food I eat, 90% of it is what I cook myself, to be honest. So, and then I'll eat like the same food for 3 days, cause like I'll meal prep or whatever. But yeah, all my food is cooked. So yeah.
It saves you so much money as well.
Yeah.
I have
not
so
anymore.
Not as much. Not as much. Yeah. But I have friends that get takeaways 3, 4, 5 times a week.
No, you're
and then they have no money left. They're like, I can't come out. It's like, well, why do you cook a meal for once?
Why don't you? Especially if you cook for 3 days, it's a lot cheaper.
To be honest, that's been me the last week. Like all
that's fine.
Like,
you can
last week.
The past week.
The past year.
3 years. Remember when
it's been 3 years like this. It's been 3 years of this past week. I've only had
this is so great.
Yeah, this is why we started a podcast.
That's why we literally call it Midnight Kebab. This whole week I've had kebabs.
Remember when we brought kebabs on the podcast and thought that would be a good idea?
You need to share with him the idea that we talked about.
Oh yeah, bro. You know how we have the idea of handing out kebabs?
Yeah.
But like they only get the kebab if they get like the answers to 3 questions.
They get like 3 questions and they only get the kebab. So you go and they'll be like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? They're gonna be excited.
Yeah, you want this kebab, drunk man?
It's like whiffed it, like walked in front of their nose.
It's like we go up to like drunk people. It's like, you want this kebab? You gotta answer 3 questions. And you ask them like the hardest.
And just no really stupid ones. Like there's ones like you know, like what colour are the stairs in a bungalow? You know, and it's like, well, there are no stairs in a bungalow. It's like those kind of jokes. You know?
Or like also
it's like why are there no stairs in the bungalows?
Bungalows are just one story, so there's no stairs. So like what? So it's like in a black bungalow, what colour are the stairs? And then people say, oh, they're black or they're white, and so it's like those kind of.
What goes up and down but doesn't move?
Oh, I know this one.
Stairs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
I was about to say elevator.
What's long and hard and has cum in it?
I know this.
No, it has semen in it.
It's cum in it.
No, it's cum.
Okay, shit. I don't know.
Cucumber.
Oh, cucumber.
Oh.
What's wrong with you guys, man? Jeez.
How many days are there in a month?
30.
It depends.
Oh no, fuck! I fucked it up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, how many days of the month have 28 days in it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you fucked up. No, it's like it's how many months in the year have 28 days.
Yeah.
Right.
How many months in the year have 28 days?
1, right? 2, I don't know.
All of them.
All of them
have 28 days.
They won't 28 days. See, those are the questions you need to be asking.
You know, like when I went to primary school and all that, like the one topic that I struggled with the most was learning the months and how many days they all had. And until this day, I still know how many days are in each month.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Like if I just say a month, you'll know how many days they have.
There's a trick to it.
March.
So there's a trick to it, as I said. You kind of in your knuckles.
I never
it's
understood the knuckles.
January, February, March. March is 31.
Yeah.
Like the big knuckle is the.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of, but then there's a trick to it at the end, which I never got to. So.
There's a song that my mum had. It's like 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. That's how she would like. No, I do.
I want to ask you how you got into music. And then I'm gonna play some of your music, and then I think we wrap it up. But so you grew up in Oxford. You have this background.
Yes. How did I get into music? Yeah. Well, I kind of I was thinking about this a lot the other day. Hip hop was my education, like the first rapper that I really loved, right?
I feel that.
Yeah. Something about it,
What?
I don't know.
No, but seriously, like I have gotten so much education out of hip hop. Like it's
life experience.
Like that was one of the first things my mom said when I played hip hop for the first time. I was like, damn, you really need to like have a lot to talk about if you're gonna make hip hop. I was like yeah, damn straight. And they have taught me a lot, I would say, through these lyrics. Yeah.
So one of my the first artists that I like loved was a rapper called Tiny Temper. I don't know if you probably haven't heard of him. No. He's a British rapper, and he came out in 2009. So I was like 9 or 10 then, and like I would just listen to his shit on repeat all day. And then his album came out, and my parents were at that time really weird about swearing. I mean, they're kind of transitioning out of it now. I have a younger brother, so I kind of understood it. But so with that album, his first album, my dad went through all the songs and removed the ones that had too much swearing and gave me the rest.
How did he remove them?
So this was in the days of like torrenting.
Yeah.
So when you torrent files, so he would just listen to all of them and then delete it and then just plug it. I had an iPod Nano. And he plugged my iPod Nano in and put the songs on there. So I was listening. I was like, I love these songs, but then like, I felt kind of, it was rebellion. It turned into rebellion because then it was like, I love this. Why aren't you letting me listen to this? Yeah. So then my mind just went crazy, and then the more I was introduced, and then I went to a school. Shout out Rufus. He put me onto Snoop Dogg and Dre and all these Ice Cube, Tupac, all of these these classic, amazing. And now Biggie is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Biggie, for sure. And that it comes from Rufus. So shout out Rufus.
I think Biggie might be my top one, best to ever do it. To be honest. Yeah. Okay, but that's interesting. So you just you kind of got into it in the rebellion.
And then I was my dad got me piano lessons when I was. When did I start?
Is the root of all producing always piano? Or is it?
No, not for me.
But there's a lot of people that are successful in that started with piano. I don't know.
I think what's interesting, why it makes it easier. That's a very good point. This is an interesting segue because I know a lot of insanely talented musicians, right? And a lot of the ones that I say are insanely talented are usually guitar players when I think about it, and they're just when I watch them play or when I hear how they can come up with melodies or chords so quickly, it's a genius. But when it comes down to producing, I don't know, everyone has their different software. I use FL, and Ableton's quite big, you got Logic. The way that you kind of record MIDI, so that's when you record notes instead of recording it as audio, is on a piano. So you see the notes as a piano and then you put it in, or you can use your keyboard. So instantly, if you learned piano growing up, it makes it easier for you to become... Right? Exactly. Yeah, okay. So for other people who are maybe more musically talented in singing or drums or guitar...
Yeah, okay. What about scales and like being making sure that your chords are right and everything like that? Does piano also help there, or would it be the same if you knew how to play guitar, for example? Or
to me, it would be the same. Okay. For me, the difference, because just a bit of context. I started playing piano when I was probably 5 or 6. I didn't go too well, so I stopped when I was probably 10. So then I took a long break from music and I just purely was a listener. Yeah. And then went to a new school, had an amazing friend, shout out Will, plays guitar, and he's crazy. And I don't want to shout this. Yeah, he's cool. And then there's this other guy, this drummer, who was crazy on the drums and just amazing. Yeah. And so I would just sit in the practice room with them and just watch them play
I've done
for
a lot
hours.
Of that. Yeah.
So that's what kind of, okay, now I know what I want to do. I want to fucking do this. I want to be a producer. So it makes it easier if that's the that angle of the question you want.
Yeah, no, interesting. Yeah.
But then, sorry, you said about scales. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. For me, I've listened to so much, and I've listened and analyzed so much music in my life that I just know what I want.
You're by ear. Yeah. You're literally by ear. That's crazy.
So like, if I play a chord and I'm like, it needs a bit. I want it to be more spooky. I want it to be more. I can find it.
Really?
Yeah. It takes some time.
You move it up and down, and then you hears it.
The thing is, scales are just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you just find the da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then you just make chords with that, and then you add, a fifth, you just find it. That's what I do. I feel the music. So many people make music, and it's like da-da-da, intro, chorus,
because when you have the technical approach, right, you kind of get locked into the technique, and then you lose some of that you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm happy I asked that. So then you moved you became a listener for a while.
Yeah.
You went into a lot of jam sessions and you all of that, and then you decided to start making your music.
Yeah.
And from there, like, when did it become serious?
Well, it's interesting. We can talk about when I started, because I started, so I moved to The Hague, and I was staying in a big student building.
Yeah.
And
you started when you were here in Amsterdam.
I was in The Hague. So I arrived, and my first day, I see this kid sat there, and he's rolling up something. I'm like, I'm gonna go chat to this guy.
Yeah.
And then it's now my close friend Kiki, and we live together. So he is an amazing. He plays saxophone.
Kiki,
he plays the flute. You met Kiki.
Or no, sorry. I'm confused now. Yeah,
Christian.
Kiki.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
So he plays sax. He plays the keys. He plays the flute. He's an amazing musician.
Yeah.
And but he also just loves music just as much as I do. So then hearing him, and he would freestyle as well. So we would play beats, and he would just start freestyling. I'm like, yo, it's just like it opened my mind to being able to freestyle, because I've always been more. I can rap most Kendrick songs to you. I can rap most Biggie songs to you, but I can't. I've always struggled with that, making my own stuff. So that's when it really started, was thinking, okay, no, I'm not good at this rap shit. I'm good at this music shit. I'm good at this producer. I can take some chords, I can put some drums over them, and I can make them freestyle to my beats. You know what I'm saying? That's where it came from. So I was surrounded by these people that also love music as much as I did it in different ways. And I was like, how can I fit in here? I can do it by making beats.
Yeah.
That's how it started for me.
One of the most interesting things that I saw for the first time, honestly, at your house was how you guys were recording demos, but like demos. Just randomly, you would put on a beat. Your friend, who was it? Kiki would freestyle. Sorry. Yeah. And then you would just like that. You record it and then find if you had good snippets in there. Make into a song, right? Yeah. That was quite amazing vibe.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. For me, it's just a passion. Yeah. Like I know everyone can just contribute. That's what I love about the environment that I try and bring as a producer. Is I want everyone, like I have my other friend Henry, who lives with me, is like he's a crazy artist. Like he loves design, and he loves 3D visualization kind of stuff. And he plays drums as well. He's a really talented drum player, but his focus is the design stuff. He'll come into the sessions and he'll give amazing advice and feedback. And so I like to create environments where people, even if they aren't too musically, or they feel like, oh, I'm a shit singer, like, well, just try something, Just like, who cares? Like, there's no pressure in the studio, in my studio sessions.
Here's a bit of an interesting question that I have for you, which came up like, I guess last year or something. It's like, I have a friend who's very into like the old school kind of music and stuff like that, and like he likes the new stuff as well, but doesn't really love it per se. He's kind of like saying that they're not real musicians, and like he calls producers not real musicians because like they don't play on instruments and they don't know how to play that. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's very interesting, man. It's a very, very good point. I think in the ages that we're in currently, social media and everything, more popular music is the most basic, formulaic shit you've heard, right? We talk about this Doja Cat song, it's like, it's cool. It's a cool song. Like, it's a good sample.
I don't like it.
Neither do I. Of course I don't like it. But it's like, it's a cool song, but the reason the song was made and the reason why the song was so successful is because it was made for TikTok. So when you hear that on the radio all the time, like music shit, or music back in my day used to be this, but there is music that's being made that's just like the stuff that you...
I get that, but I was saying more so like you're a producer, right? You do everything like more so on the computer, and you don't really ever pick up an instrument, right? Like
so I have keyboards. Yeah. I play. I'll make chords on keyboards and I'll plug it in, and I often sample live drums. So like I don't. It depends on the. That's the thing. We talk about music with me is I love rap and hip hop, but I make so much shit. I make Afro beats. I make electronic. I make R&B.
Look, I was really impressed by your beats, and like both when I listened to them on my own and then at your house.
Thank you, man.
But what really got me was like, holy shit, this guy might actually be a really fucking good producer.
Appreciate it, man.
Was the reggaeton type
I know what you're talking about.
I don't like reggaeton, bro, but this shit, it was crazy, and they had the smoothest trumpet.
I'll play it for you. I'll play it. I'll play it.
Yeah, and I was just like, whoa. And the song had a whole build up to it, and it just kept going and going, and you like... And technically, it was like at a level of any other EDM song that like much of the DJ would play for me. Like seriously, I was so impressed, and I was like, damn.
And you know what's crazy about that one? That specific one? I made that with Kiki 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago, and I'll play it for you, and like it's amazing. It's a banger.
Actually, let's get some of these songs out because I also need to plug in my laptop before this. So.
Bro, you know I've been sleeping here for the last couple of days.
Why, bro? You have a room upstairs with a bed, you know.
It's because Oni sleeps here. So. The guy that you met earlier, he doesn't actually live here.
He basically lives here.
But he basically comes. He's gonna come here like tonight.
How's Nihon? Is he still in Portugal?
Yeah. He's gonna come back in like, I don't know, 2 more weeks, I hope.
All right, welcome back to Midnight Kebab.
Yes.
DJ Sam.
I'm just not TRYB.
Okay.
I'm TRYB. DJ Sam, I respect it though. I'm TRYB.
On this podcast, you're the DJ Sam. You know, you're gonna put us onto some tunes.
So this is Paso Corto. I made this with Albi. Shout out Albi, that's my guy. I started this one probably 2 months ago and then finished it about 3 weeks ago.
Beach holiday vibe.
Yeah. It's supposed to get you moving, you know. It's good vibes.
We're definitely outside, you know.
Yeah. And the sun is shining, definitely, you know.
It does sound like a summer song. Yeah. I can kind of imagine not whiskey. What's his name?
What, Kiki?
No, the guy that sings Location with Dave.
Burna Boy.
Yeah, Burna Boy. I can kind of imagine Burna Boy.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I was gonna say Miss Ego if you also had like a saxophone.
Oh yeah, Miss Ego is amazing. He was here, wasn't he? Or is he coming?
I don't know actually.
I feel like I saw an ad for him coming to Melbourne at some point. Yeah, he's super talented.
Get the
lights up.
Yeah. Everyone's waving their flags in the World Cup or something, you know?
Not the flags, the lighters.
Yeah, lights up.
One of them's gotta work.
jazz in there somewhere.
You gotta record yourself saying that. There's a bit of jazz in there somewhere. I love that. So that's on the EP, Underdog Psychosis, that one.
Yeah. I hope you understand now why I really wanted Sam to come on.
Yeah,
like,
100%. I'm glad you did, bro.
Like for me, there's like very, very minor like differences between this and like what you hear on the radio.
You know, like
the production level is.
I work hard, man. I work really fucking hard, so I appreciate it.
You know what? Like I felt like throughout that whole thing, you know, like the beginning was like you're having a lazy summer day by the beach or some shit, you know, with your friends. It's like you don't really want to do shit. You're sweaty and stuff. You're just chilling with your sunglasses on, and like by the end of it, like it's kind of chilly at night. doing like nice stuff, you know, like smoking or something.
True, I was gonna say like it feels like we're outside, but not necessarily in the sun, you know.
Yeah,
like maybe that
it's slightly chillier, but
thing,
yeah, sunset for sure.
We're about to go in the nighttime.
I kind of get like more so night vibes actually.
Yeah. It could be like, because that's the thing, I love visualizing my music because I made it, and then it's like talking about it. So to me, it's like, you know, you're like driving and there's a sunset, and then you arrive at maybe the beach and it's like a beach fire, like you know, like a fire's on the beach, and then that's like the climax, right? Yeah, that's cool.
For sure.
That's cool.
Like we're all going around the fire. Like
it was like very hot and cold by the end.
Yeah, nice. That's dope. All right. So do you want to? Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Yeah. Let's play this next one.
So you want the horns one?
I would love to.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish off with that one, or do you want to finish off with?
Should I finish with it? I can finish with it. I
think we should finish with it.
Okay. Yeah. Because you think he's gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that's more reggaeton, but it's also like a banger to end on, I think.
No, I'll be honest. Play it though.
No. I'm gonna play one with vocals because I have one.
Exactly.
That
I was thinking we could do that and then end off with like a reggaeton vibe to be happy, you know.
That's a good idea.
Even though allegedly I don't fuck with reggaeton.
Okay. Allegedly? What does that mean?
So I hate reggaeton, but it just catches me every time, and you can't stop, bro.
You didn't used to hate reggaeton. You started hating reggaeton after you started liking techno more.
No, I always hated reggaeton. That's been and most like South Americans that there's either South Americans that love reggaeton or South Americans that hate reggaeton.
And you're one of those that hated it.
Because you know how you guys have radio heroes that play like music and all sorts of music. In South America, it's only reggaeton. Like, that's the only thing that goes to the fucking radio waves. So you get really fucking tired of it. Yeah.
I agree with you, to be fair. Like, a lot of the clubbing experiences I had here have been just reggaeton nights, and I'm just like, it's fine for like one or two songs, but then when it's just all you hear, it's like, it's like EDM for me as well. I'm not a big EDM fan, and when I just hear for an hour,
that I can deal with. I can deal with. Like again and again, too much.
I hear you.
No, but I also hate the crowd like that's behind that. Like they're to a certain extent, you kind of get what I mean.
Can you play some reggaeton?
Yeah, you go to the club, you always get that chick that's like, can you please play some Bad Bunny?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I don't know, like
or Gasolina, bro.
Yeah. Oh,
Gasolina.
You guys know the ick, right? You guys know the ick.
The ick.
Yeah, you've heard of the ick, right? Yeah, it's kind of like the stuff that the girls do. It's like where guys do stuff.
Oh, it gives me the ick.
Yeah, it gives me the ick. You know, for me, the ick is when a girl says, "Can you play Gasolina?"
Oh, I love Gasolina, bro. But that's because I was a kid and this was the one song. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if you. I probably asked you to take this out, but.
Oh yeah, no, we don't do that here. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I thought why would you? No, to be fair, why would you?
No, I'm kidding.
I know. And she, it's what's the song called? But she loved this reggaeton song, and it was just weird because I don't know if you guys have ever been with a girl and you just feel like, are you with me because of my culture, or are you with me because you like me? And that's kind of what I felt with her, because she was so like, she was twerking and stuff.
I've never had that, but I can imagine the experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like she would be like twerking on me. I was like, I'm enjoying
like
this.
Some sort of culture clout.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I was like, you're way too good at twerking for a white girl. That's what I felt.
You've been practicing. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, that's
YouTube
fine.
Videos,
if you're interested, that's all good. But it was just, it felt. I saw this guy.
I guess it depends if it feels forced or not, right? Yeah.
To me, it felt forced.
What do you think about cultural appropriation? Like, is that a thing?
It's interesting. I watched a video the other day of I don't want to fuck up where they were. I think it was Saudi Arabia, and they wear those. I don't know what the name of them is, but they're all white, like
our Muslim
experts. And they have the red, and there's the black rim that goes around
it. In Bengali, we call it.
I also used to know this name.
Punjabi. Punjabi. Kinda is what we call it.
Right.
I don't know what they would call it.
Yeah.
There's like probably a special name for the white ones.
Yeah. But so they were wearing. So these two YouTubers went on and were wearing these, and so and one of them is like, "Is this cultural appropriation? Like, are we allowed to do this?" And then they're talking to all of the locals. Like, "Yeah, no, this is a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Like, we want you to be comfortable."
That's how I always felt.
It's good. Exactly. So I think, to me, when cultural appropriation has become such a big thing, because of slavery, because of a lot of stuff that's happened to apartheid.
When monetization gets introduced, I think that's when it's fucked
when
up, right?
people are stealing stuff from a country and then holding it in another country, and then we start getting popular, and they're like, oh, hold on, what's going on? You know, like those things are appropriation. If you're going to come up to me and you're going to ask me questions about my culture, I'm going to give you the answers, and that's not. And then if I see you speak patois one day, I'm not going to be like, whoa, you can't do that. But then if you come at me speaking patois and you're not Jamaican, go fuck yourself. That's how I feel.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. All right. Anyways,
it's cool. That was a good segue. I enjoyed that.
Anyways,
so this is
tell us a little bit.
This is I worked on this with Neff and this guy called Visiion, who's and they're Afrobeats artist. Well, he's an Afrobeats artist, but
down the street, I
did some rapping on this one.
How the world goes around now, how the world turns around now. It's crazy how they feel, like they never get enough of love, like they never get enough of false fame. My thoughts running like a whirlwind, my thoughts feeling like it's all fake. Come on, Vision, don't listen to them haters. We're playing chess, not checkers. Make a move when you see them sitting by the sideline. My defense got acres, alligators on my front line. No one on me, no pussy boy. So I killed 3 niggas with a toy. Then I go to church and pray to the Lord like, God, forgive me for my sins, boy. I guess that's how it goes nowadays. Respect is like the sunset, watch it fade. Devil hit a run on a couple plays. It's like there's no end to this fucking train. Weight on my shoulder, can't count the kilos. Pick a couple pills, make you a hero. No time flies when you're feeling down. That's how they keep the crown. They don't say that shit, now they kill us in the daytime. This ain't that shit you can talk about on these lines. I be speaking my mind, I be yelling it. These are dangerous times, but I don't give a shit. Don't be telling no lies so they can fuck with it. Pause, then move forward to some bigger fish. Selfishness is the motto. Make you wonder where the love go. The truth you should know. My life this is for the all the money and the power.
He sings too, bro.
He's an Afrobeats artist, that's what he usually does is sing. So I got him to rap, because he loved my beat.
Really? Yeah. So he's not usually rapping, but that was smooth, man.
He kills it, right?
Yeah.
bro, I could not tell that he was not a rapper.
That's my job as a producer, right?
Yeah.
So then he fucked with the beat, and I was like, okay, let's make something.
So you made that beat all by yourself?
Yeah, no, I made it with a shout out on it. Shout out. I made it with him. Yeah.
That's how the world turns around.
But again, 4 or 5 months ago I made this. 6 months maybe. Yeah. Just sitting here.
I got so much to say, so much love to give.
As the word turns round. You know that I'm living, no longer bound. See the way I found it, I was lost and found. But now they turn around, ayy. While I'm sitting on the beach with my feet in the sand, feeling like a fan. Taken by the time I can finally be the man and give them what they want when we finish with a bang. You know what I think. As the world turns round and everybody does its due. When the world turns out, then we going back to school. You know, the word is out, then we bring it like it's new. Sometimes I lost the way that I'm always trying to face it. They don't understand the way we live in life is sacred. They don't wanna try to bring it back right to the basics. But if you don't do it, then they don't know about what faith is. I got a feeling inside, I make them realize the way that I was living tonight. With a couple of lights, and a bottle of Sprite. But mostly I like Fanta above Cola. That means that I get closer when I'm older. That means that I'm more open when I'm open. That means that I just know where I come from. The status that I have is the one I know of. They know that I'm a prey to the God above. And when I just keep working, I might never stop. And when I just keep working, I might never stop.
My life is for the all the money and the power. My mind chases for it. So I've been lost and found. I don't know where I'm headed. I just wanna get around. Lately I just wanna make the money till I die.
I like that cash machine in the back here.
Yeah. It came from because he says weight on my shoulder, can't count the kilos.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. So that's why I put it in first, and I had to do it at the end, you know.
Yeah.
Turns around. I got so much to say, so much love to give.
Yeah, I fucking love this song.
It's nice.
It's great. I spent a lot of time working on this one.
Every song really has like a musically it's built well, you know, it has a concept behind it, and it doesn't really go outside of that concept. It's nice.
I can't lie, I love that song. Like, that is very much the type of music that I listen to.
Dope.
I got so much to say, so much love to give.
Hey.
The first guy kind of had a Rick Ross vibe to his voice.
Really? That's interesting.
That? You know, yeah, kind of sounds
really
like
nice voice, yeah.
It was
like a proper man's.
He's a proper man.
It was a really funny working experience with him because he it's interesting. He works at Gorillaz, right?
Okay.
Competitor. He lives in Utrecht, so we went over there. Me and Neff, who rapped on the second part, and he just gets like astronomically high. And then just freestyles, and it's just like, holy shit, you're talented. You know?
Really?
Yeah. So then he freestyled most of this, and then he'll sit on it, and then he'll write. They'll like fill in the gaps, and it's done. He knocked this out in a session, like. But then we spent another 2 sessions to kind of
polish it and get a good take.
But like he gets astronomically high, and then he sits in there. He stands in front of the microphone, and he just let me show you this other one. I don't want to preview this one, but I just want to show you what he. Like something he did.
Yeah, of course. I would say the vibe on this one was more like walking through a city, you know.
Oh, this one.
Or what?
Oh, this one I kind of got lost because like I was kind of amazed by the fucking voice.
Yeah, true.
But no, it's called Whirlwind. It's about like walking through and like looking at your surroundings and kind of taking it in and understing what your direction of path is. Right. That's really what the song's about. So.
Yeah, as the world turns, you know.
As the world turns.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. You wanted to play a clip?
I just for you guys, we don't have to put this in, but so this is an Afrobeats one. This is the other Afrobeats one.
Yeah.
But he heard this beat and then he just did what you're about to hear, and I was just like, holy shit. So he just puts on the auto tune and just high as fuck. Yeah, this was cool. I just wanted to show it to you because he's so talented, and it's like crazy how someone can be. And that's the thing when I've been working, and this is just in general when you work with people, it's like the environment is so important, and the kind of whatever they've been up to that day is also very important. So I've had sessions with him when he's just coming from work and he's super just like not wanting to do anything, but obviously I've come all the way from The Hague to visit and to work on music. So then, you know, we have some jokes or we eat some food, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It's funny, exactly. It's like you'll start, I was like, oh, this is shit. And then I'll have some food and smoke a joint, and then I get this, you know? It's it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so one more. I mean, to be fair, because you said more hip hop, I can show it to you for sure. But the one I want to put on is called Multi Key. I think you're gonna fuck with this. This is fire.
As long as we don't get a copyright strike.
No, never. This is all me. Or they're royalty-free examples. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're good.
For sure.
Thanks, appreciate it.
It felt like it's me against the world kind of song.
Yeah.
So do you know Cuphead, the game?
Cuphead, yeah.
It's kind of like Cuphead walking through like the world, kind of in a loading street or whatever. Whatever gets thrown at him, it's like it's just me against the world.
True.
Kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, but that scratch you put it in the background, that was perfect. Perfect. Yeah. All right, Sam. Yeah. I think what we're gonna do is wrap this up.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any.
I just want to do a couple shout outs if you don't mind.
Yeah, but if we could put on the reggaeton song and then cut off the podcast there, walk out to that song if that makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before we end?
Nothing in particular this episode. No.
Any shout outs?
We forgot to do the daily shout. Yeah, Kelvin shout out.
Daily Kelvin shout out.
Tell me about this guy. I don't know.
Kelvin. Oh, he was like the third guy in the group.
Okay.
In Rome. It was me, him, and
but then he went to London.
Yeah, he's in London. Yeah.
We should go together. We should all fucking,
Yeah. Right? No, I think you'd vibe with him a lot. Yeah. You had some shout outs you wanted to.
Yeah, I just want to all my musical boys that are working hard and girls, but it's mainly guys right now. Shout Wahid, shout Swen, shout Kiki obviously every time, shout Albi, shout Kenny, shout Neff,
And I wanna put out an invitation to all those people.
Yeah. No, they're gonna see this and they're gonna want to come on.
Yes, come on, bro. We got space here. Yeah. We got a whole season planned.
Space, bro.
We want couches. One couch there.
You guys, I just want to give you your props real quick because you made I felt so comfortable today.
Really,
it's been so easy to talk with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. I haven't felt any structural pressure or anything. It's just been vibes. And it's been great, so thank you. You guys are great hosts. Keep killing it.
And we want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate it.
You're one of our first guests that isn't like a close friend that we just interview for fun.
Yeah.
We actually had a purpose with this.
I'd love to come back. For sure.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, let's play this song, and I think we're gonna end it there.
So this is "Don't Reach." This is an absolute fucking banger,
for
people.
Party
this is an absolute banger. I made this so long ago.
This
song slaps.
This is realist. Big bad man son.
Get out. Everyone was like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "No."
Where'd you get that?
Sample. Yo, this could be it. Do you want this? Do you want this for your intro?
Yeah, bro.
You can take it.
Slaps, I had a connection with this song.
I know. This could be a good intro,
Yeah, we walk into this, bro. Welcome to the Midnight Kebab, Sounds almost like Bolivian marching music.
Yeah?
Yeah. What we got in Carnival.
Nice.
I swear I don't like reggaeton.
That's gonna be the end, right? So we play the intro and then it cuts. I swear I don't like reggaeton. And then it comes in.
At the end of it, you know how people sometimes have people say shit? It's like, I swear I don't like reggaeton.
Yeah.
I just edit over that.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be hilarious. That's such a great intro.
Yeah. Alright.
Not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
When I heard that for the first time, Sam, please, relax, man. Sit down for a sec. Jesus. Thank you so much for coming on,
Sam.
Thank you for
having me.
Bro, you got it.
Appreciate it, bro. Alright, that's it. We cut it here.
Midnight Kebab. Shout out.
Hey.
Let's go.
Nice. Yeah. That was perfect.
Bro, that was sick, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, talk to me about who you fuck with then, music wise.